Hey guys, it's Steve Parker. Friday's Steve's Special Friday video, April 11th, the day before tomorrow's Saturday's magnetic heart activation. Specially timed for this month and this energy, this amazing, wonderful, beautiful, powerful energy that we're all in right now, that some of us are experiencing as a bit chaotic, emotional, a lot of emotions up and down, feelings probably related to primary issues in our life, security, safety, whatever. So there's a real strong tendency to really talk dramatically about, there's like the 2 lunar eclipses coming, and there's a solar eclipse coming in this month, and there's the first of 4 so-called prophetic blood moons. And aspects of the planets obviously can and do have an effect on us. The planets, the moon itself affects the tides, obviously, and even realistic people, like police and like hospitals, the science, the logical, the rational, the left-brainers. No disrespect to the police and no disrespect to the hospitals, but that group that have to be realistic. They make adjustments for full moons, and so we've got a full moon, we've got a blood moon, we've got lunar eclipses, we've got blah 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 blah. And yes, of course, all of that right now will probably have some kind of effect, and is already having an effect on us. How much of it we can directly attribute to all of that, no one really knows for sure, for real, but probably it is. And there's something that when we talk this way about these kinds of things and start getting into the drama and getting into the excitement and getting into the fear, we start to forget that we have, even if all of this is on some level really true, we like to forget because it's so exciting, and people do like the drama. I know I'm a drama queen in different ways. Just started figuring that out. We can still find ways. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes it takes a lot of self-discipline, which for some of us isn't always our first way of dealing with things, or haven't been at least. And we can make choices of peace, of bringing ourselves into peace, accepting the world as it is, accepting the fact that probably there are some strong energies going on, which I've talked about in the last few weeks, and other people are too. And at the same time, it does not mean that we're victims of our emotions. It does not mean that we're victims of things beyond our control. Things that are beyond our control can impact us, but we don't have to be victims. We can choose what things mean, and we can choose what to focus on. I think I talked about this a bit last week. In my case, one of the things I realized, actually from last week's video when I watched it again, is how much I really have been kind of an addict to drama. I've been kind of an addict of self-pity. I've been really good at that stuff. And I fool myself into thinking, and I have fooled myself, at least until now, into thinking that I'm not. So one of the things I'm needing to do is to notice when I start going into some kind of a screwed up emotional state, which seems to have, if I notice it quickly enough, seems to have as its base, as its foundation, an aspect of self-pity, an aspect of the addictive seductive, addictive quality of being in drama, being in pain, being in whatever, while still acknowledging the feelings and emotions. One of the things I need to learn to do, and I'm trying to practice, is to say to myself, okay, wait a minute, I'm getting into this stuff. What is the thing that I can do that's based more in self-love and that can actively create some peace or even joy, some jubilance? What is it that I can do to take care of myself, both in a responsible way, but also will pull me out of this whatever my feelings are, that are creating more drama, that are creating more pain, that are creating more whatever, you know? So, even if all of this time right now is pretty charged, it has some really powerful opportunities for us to once again choose, when we remember to, choose peace and choose to not be a victim of whatever the issues are that trigger us. Will they still trigger us? Of course they will. But we have more choice on a moment-to-moment basis. This is what I'm learning. You know, I spent 10 years, almost 11 years doing the theta healing. I've done lots of other self-help stuff. I've done meditation. I still do meditation almost every day. I spent 2 or 3 years, a long time ago, in 12-step programs for Al-Anon and Overeaters Anonymous. So I've done a lot of different kinds of work on myself. And even with that, I easily can forget that it's not just about doing these techniques, it's also about making choices when I remember to. And so part of my self-discipline, part of my spiritual discipline, literally is to choose what I need to choose when I remember it. If I haven't allowed myself to go too deeply into the spiral of self-pity, to choose to do something that's good for me. This morning, lying in bed, I forget what I was all verklempt about, but I was like, and I thought, okay, now hold on. Let's just stop right now before I even get out of bed. What is it that I can do? Well, today is one of the days that I can do my little exercise program. It's not very complicated. It doesn't take much time. I don't have to go to the gym. But right in this moment, the thing I can do that's an act of self-love that will bring me into more balance is to stand up and do these little exercises. Get my heart pumping, get my body moving, and get the energy moving in me. Because when I do that, most of the time, it shifts and changes my mood, my energy. And it doesn't have anything to do with meditating. It doesn't have anything to do with doing alternative healing techniques. It doesn't have anything to do with prayer or with whatever. It's just as powerful often as all of those things can be. So I did. And I had a really good day most of the day. And then, probably about 4 o'clock, I started crashing again, because that afternoon is one of my tipping times. And I said, well, I'm going to lie down, I'm going to rest, poor me. And I forget what it was that caused me. This time it was a little bit less of a conscious decision, partly, but something got me up out of the little place I was lying down to have a rest, because I'm so tired. And I got up and went out and I had a walk, for whatever reason. And I felt better. So, no matter what your issues are that are coming up, remember that you can also, moment to moment, choose to do something a little different. Sit down with a paper and some pen and just write the thoughts going on in your brain. That's one of my little tricks I have to remember to do because I don't always remember, and it's a brilliant, powerful thing for me. And it's a powerful technique in a lot of philosophies of self-development and healing and stuff. So if you don't want to get up and do some physical exercise, whatever that is, small walk, big walk, push-ups, go to the gym, run for 12 miles, whatever, sit down with a piece of paper and just write all the stuff going on in your head. Get it out of your head and onto the paper. And make a choice of self-love. And allow yourself to experience whatever you need to experience during this really, really interesting, energetic time. Because some people are talking about this is like a major, major change in the world history, this period of time. There's a lot of ups and downs, and it's really interesting, and it can really, even with whatever drama that might happen, it can become a thing of deep, deep beauty, personally for you, as well as the world. So, I don't even know what energy work to do. I'm not going to try and pretend, so let me just connect for a second. So whatever the words were that I was kind of, that I allowed to come out of my mouth, partly intellectually, partly expressing my experience, partly whatever the hell else it is that I said, what I'm witnessing is that that's coming from my heart. And it's coming from the heart of God, or the heart of the universe, or the heart of the earth as well. And it's coming from all these different directions. And it's like kind of waves of something that displace the status quo of our energy and our emotions so that it's easier for us to make a conscious choice of self-love, a conscious choice of peace, inner peace, because you will bring more peace, probably, in my opinion, but choosing inner peace and living that and allowing that to radiate out to the world to you, from you, than going out in a kind of a crazy, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, we've got to do something energy, and just vomiting all over the place, trying to change something, okay, out of fear. So once again, let's come back to the basics. Thank you, Mahatma Gandhi. I wish I'd thought of this one myself. Be the change you want to see in the world. Be the balance. Be the peace. Be the self-love. Yourself. Myself. And let that be the example, and let that energy quietly infect the rest of the world around us. All right? Thanks. Bye. See you next week. Come to tomorrow night. I can still have some spaces for the magnetic heart activation for Saturday night. Come and do that. We're going to add some extra juice to help Mother Earth and help the consciousness of humanity as a conscious intention, not just as not only the heart activation, which will be really freaking cool because of all the energy and stuff, but we want to add a bunch of extra kind of intention that we want to spread out to the world. So we're going to do that. All right? I'll see you next week, and hopefully I'll see some of you that haven't already signed up Saturday, 7 p.m. Central European Summertime. All right, ciao. Send me a message. Bye.